So today's topic is the commonly asked question in the JavaScript interview question in the various MNC. So I introduce myself. So I have like total 6 year of experience. I work as more than 4 MNCs, right? So and also I have cracked like more than 15 interview like various MNC. So in my previous video, I upload my like um, offer letter fund page also, right? Not show the sensitive data, but whatever I clear, so I share with that, right? So here this part is a series of question, right? So part by part I make that video, right, with the proper explanation, right? So we have like total in that part one, we have like total 6 questions. So each question I explain you, right, from the basic to advanced. So so the very first question, commonly asked question is that so very first question is commonly asked is that JavaScript handle asynchronous operation using callback function and promises, right? So show with the example, right? So I show with the example how you use this concept. Let's say function. Let's say we name it fetch data, right? In the fetch data I have to return that function because every function has return a value. New. So I give you the promises first, that resolve inside the resolve, make a set timeout, set time out, make arrow function, resolve. Let's say data I have received. Let's say 2000 millisecond. And close with bracket and one more bracket, right? Check the bracket. There's a function, return and new promise, resolve, right? And set timeout, this and this. There is one extra bracket, so remove that. Hmm, because this is closed this way. So, yes. And by using promises, let's say call that fetch data, dot, then make a data, then callback function, right? And after that, using async and await, right? So async await function is basically you need to make async while declaring your function. Let's say get data, let data await fetch data, and after that console.log data, and after that call that get data, get data, right? So let's run that whole, copy and open the JavaScript compiler. Hmm. You can see I give you the all the example, right? Data is received, data is received. So first of all I make a function, right? Fetch data. Hmm. So that first fetch data using the promises, right? So here you can see I call that fetch data in console.log, right? And after the fetch data we make a, while using the async await function, right? So if you give the example, right, interviewer must impress, right? Be impressed. So you can see how the arrow function, how the callback function, right, that is arrow function, right? And how await async work. For while the making async function you need to declare async function, right? And after that is receiving data await, right? So while the API call we handle the both scenario, right? So you can give that example, right? Async await, right? So let's go with second question. So that is very important question. What was the weak map and strong map, right? So weak map and weak map and weak set, right? What was the difference between the map and set, right? So weak map and weak set allow only the object key, right? St- Store weak references, meaning that garbage collected can be removed, right? So and map and set strong references preventing the garbage collector, right? So that's the basic difference, right? We map and we strong map, right? So that is the basic difference you need to understand. And I give the some example also, like how the garbage collector work, how the weak set, how the weak map, what was the differences between the weak map and like weak set, right? So I give you the one by one. uh, so first of all, what differences between the map and weak map? Hmm. So map can be any type, right? Map can be any type, but weak map must be object, right? Without object, uh, it will not call as weak map, right? Must be object. Hmm. The first difference is that, so in map, no automatic cleanup, right? No automatic cleanup until you not clean up, right? It will not clean up, right? No automatic cleanup, right? As in that weak map, right? So entries are removed when the key object is garbage collector, right? So entry are removed when you assign null anything, right? So it will be removed, right? So and in map, you can see there's many iteration, right? For each means famous is this for each, you can perform operation for each operation, support a key and value key keys values entries, etc, right? And there is no iteration in the weak map, no iteration method. Hmm. And method, no iteration method, and the return is the size, right? If you the return and map the size dot size, right? So it will show you the number of entries, right? Number size, right? So no size property in their weak map. No, no size properties, right? So that is the basic difference we have, right? So I give you the example how you declare the map and weak map, right? So I give you the map example is you find many, right? So I give you the weak map example. Mm. Let you define weak map equal to new weak map, because it must be object, right? So you need to define object. Let make a first object key, mm, object key equal to name, let's say nearest. Weak map dot set the object. Let's copy that. Object key. Let's say software engineer. Hmm, hmm. Then console dot log weak map dot get object key, right? Object key. Hmm. So this is a weak map example, right? So let's try with that run in the compiler. So this is change needed name, right? Weak map. So it will change with software engineer, right? Software engineer, you can see, right? So name, first object key defined, right? And after that we map, it will change, it will object set to be null, right? If you do, right, object key, let's say object key null, right? So object key null become unreachable and the entry weak map is deleted, right? If you do that, right, we can map does not have like does not have any size property, right? Yeah, so that is the basic is weak map, right? And set weak set, and also some difference in the set and weak set. Yeah, so in set element, right? In element can store any type value, any type value, any type value you can store, right? Store. And weak set similarly, it will store only the object. Can store only object. So similarly, there is no automatic cleanup is to remove your own object garbage collector, right? And similarly, we have iteration, no size property. Right? So this is a basic difference between set and weak set, right? Key point is that in weak set, object is no longer referenced elsewhere, right? It will automatically removed, right? And when we use the weak set, right, ensure when the DOM element is removed is no longer track and prevent memory leakage, right? So when we use that weak set, right, so that is a basic difference between. So I hope you will be the clear regarding that. So let's go for the another example. Yeah. So what was the output for that, right? So basically, so I run that, right? Mm. So based on the preferences, right, and micro task event loop, right? So it will give the answer, right? So by first it will by first what was the output for that, because in the precedent, if you compare the precedent, right, so console.log start, right, start first output, let's say here I write the output what was based on micro task event, right, so it will print the value. Okay. So I output for that output, I first of all I write the output, that output would be start, mm, and after end, right, and in the set timeout or promises has highest precedent, right, so it will like this, and after that it will be timeout. Mm. So that the sequence we have. Let's run. Mm. Start, end, then promises resolve, and then timeout, right? So that is the concept for that, right? So second, right, event looping, right? So how the event looping is work, right? So you need to understand like, what was the precedent of for that, right? Um, which run of first, which run second, right? So you need to understand the precedent for that, right? So each so how it's work, the event loop allow the JavaScript to handle asynchronous tasks, right? So it will allow to handle asynchronous tasks, call stack, micro task queue, like promises and process dot next click, right, and call queue, set timeout, set interval, this kind of property we have, right? Set. So it's run last because set timeout, because the micro task promise execute before the micro task set timeout. So right, so this is the difference. Okay. Now we go to next part. So guess the output, right? So I tell you, how it's work. So in the plus operator, right, so plus operator, what they do, they will concate the value, right? So output would be 1 1, right? And what was the output for that? So so you can see the minus operator, right, minus operator. So what minus operator they do, right? So that string 2, right, string 2, while the comparing, right, cohesion, so it will convert into the 2, so 2 minus 1, right? So answer would be 1, right? So what was the output for that? uh, let's say a true and a true, right? So it will true t operation, right? So it will be true output, And what was the output for that, right? So what was the output for that? Because I tell you the concept, what was the false and what was the truth statement, right? False statement would be zero, null, right, empty string. So these these are the false statement, right? False. There is undefined, undefined, right? So these are the actually the false statement, right? So but because it will, you defined anything, right? Falsy and true, right? So what would be that? It will return that statement also truthy, that statement also truthy, right? So output would be here also true. Mm. So let's check with compiler. So run first so you can see the output will 1 1, right? 1 1. And for that, let's check, right? Answer is 1. Mm. Let's share here, go, right? True, true. Actually, sorry, it will convert into 1 and 1, right? So it will would be like true, sorry for that. Yeah, because the statement is true, right? Do it with true. And for the console log, for that, mm, so if you define, it will return truthy and truthy, right? So if you compare with truthy, right, the value is compared, then it will be true, right? True, right? So anything, if you remove that false statement, right, uh so how, what is become, it will taking a null, right? So truthy, this is falsy and this is true, right? False and true equal to, then it will return a false, right? You understand that point, right? So if you put anything, right, so as a string it will take a truthy. So anything null, if you dare, right, then again it will come as a true, right? And anything you put undefined, zero, right, because it will take that, right? So and if you compare with third, right, so it will false, true, right? Because it will take a truthy, like consider as a truthy, right? Truthy, true, right? So anything if you put, right, so it will take a, so in that case it's false, right? Because it will take a empty string, right? So the falsy value I tell you, right, zero, empty string null zero, right? If you compare with that, right? So that is the concept for that. So we go for the last question. Hmm. So what was the output for that? So output is the message and hello for that function, right? Message and a hello, right? But the trick is that if you make here next line, right? So what was the output for that? In that case, in that case, because if you put, so it will take a semicolon for that, right? After if you put enter, right, next line, so the function return a semicolon, right, in there. In that case, this consider as empty, right? So in that case you can see undefined, right? So this is a very like most important question, tricky question, right? Interviewer may be asked, right? So you can see how it will work, right? So thank you guys, please like and subscribe that channel, right? So I feel get motivated, so I my plan is release a similar kind of question, right? So if you prepare this kind of question, right, you must be confident while the appearing the interview, and you can easily tackle this kind of question and concept, right? And please share as much as possible. So if I'll like, because I putting a lot of effort um, to making this kind of video, guys. So I want something from you, so I feel motivated, and so I continue my work. And if you have any doubt, right, so you can ask me in the like comment box, comment, put your thing, right? You can ask anything regarding your JavaScript, Angular, React, anything, right? Because I gain some knowledge while working on the MNCs, right? So I work like more than 15 to 16 project, right, into in scratch with that. So I help you in that part also, right? If you have any issue while the working on the project, right, if you stuck anything, right, you can ask me, right? I really happy to help you. Yeah, thanks everyone. uh, Good day for day, like, so please subscribe that channel, so in the next video, and hit the bell icon, so in the next video you can get notification and you can see my next part. Yeah, thanks.